Before we talk about $100,000 Bitcoin and then even $1 million Bitcoin, which some people are predicting, and when you look at charts, just a quick glance at a chart, I mean, Bitcoin looks a lot closer to $1 million than $4, where it was in 2012 when I first started participating in the
Yeah.
market. But I think on the so March 2012, President Trump announces that there's no more travel from Europe to the United States, and the markets essentially collapse. Very quick collapse, but nonetheless, the bottom fell out of many different assets and commodities. And so Bitcoin actually, you know, dropped. I can't remember the numbers. I want to say it was at
10,000
13K,
to 5,000.
10 to 5,000, but
Yeah.
very quickly rebounded. In fact, I think rebounded
Yeah.
almost quicker than any commodity on the planet.
Yeah.
What did that signal to you?
More of the same. We expect more of that in the future. He made the March 2020. Sometimes I mix up. We all know you meant 2020. But yeah, to me, that's more fundamentally of a bullish market in price discovery stage, early adoption, revolution technology, and now it's becoming global digital collateral. That's a lot of what futures-based ETFs did, and I don't think a lot of people understand that yet. It made just Bitcoin becoming digital collateral. The cash and carry trade's huge. Now, the stock market is, by most measures, the most expensive in history relative to GDP, some of those kind of things, and it's been supported by the Fed for years. So that's when people say, "Oh, the Fed's going to taper and tighten." I'm like, yeah, sure. The minute the stock market wobbles, all bets are off for tapering and tapering. They're going tapering and tightening. I should try to say that 3 times real fast. All bets are off for that, and they go right back to providing liquidity because there is organic deflationary trends in the market that was very much predominant before COVID. The book, The Price of Tomorrow by Jeff Booth really brings that out. And I see that in commodities, clearly. We've had a blip in that trend. The Fed is fighting that organic deflationary environment by providing liquidity. Now, yes, last year with COVID had to provide plenty liquidity, particularly because the government shut everybody down, made them stay home, become day traders. But as we move forward, I don't see what stops this, which is all bullish for Bitcoin. Typically is bullish for gold, but just not as much in the past. It's more bullish for Bitcoin. It used to be good for silver too. Well, that's also kind of fallen by the wayside. That's the world's going digital. Bitcoin's in that space. And the stock market also is in a space that it's the most expensive in history. And at some point it will have mean reversion. It just, some of us have been thinking this for 5 years, and most of us have given up thinking, oh, the Fed's always going to be their savior, which means at some point it's just not going to work anymore. But for now, it's good. And you just look at the chart, you go straight up. You know what happens when that happens, escalator up, elevator down. Sometimes you got to be careful. And I see better opportunities in Bitcoin. I've heard a professional manager say that I fully expect a good dip in both markets, a full correction. But the first thing I would buy would be Bitcoin and cryptos. That's what I heard someone else say. And I'd have to kind of think that's probably what markets are thinking too.